There are over 6 billion people on Earth. Genetically, most of us are almost the same. But every now and then, a mutation occurs. Those people are extraordinary. My name is Stan Lee. I'm co-creator of an ever-expanding universe of superheroes, including Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the Incredible Hulk. I believe superhumans are real, not just fiction. Meet Daniel Browning Smith. He was born with an incredible power. He's the world's most flexible man. I've chosen him to search the globe and find others with incredible powers.
Stan Lee created all the characters that I dreamed about when I was a little kid, and now I have the chance to watch these comic book pages come to life right in front of my eyes. This is totally unreal.
It's not something that we've ever seen before.
By definition, that would make him superhuman.
I think this is impossible. You might almost say this is a miracle.
Superhumans are out there. Prepare to meet them.
My name is Daniel Browning Smith. On this leg of find a new generation of real-life superhumans. I'll test a man whose skin can somehow withstand temperatures hot enough to boil water. I meet a warrior monk who's rumored to have turned Bruce Lee's legendary one-inch punch into the world's deadliest strike. And I watch a man take on gravity itself with a daring high dive into just 12 inches of water. But first, I'm on my way to meet a man who can shoot a gun faster than anyone else on Earth. Being superhuman means having an ability that exceeds what every other person on Earth is capable of. I'm heading into the desert to meet a cowboy whose legendary skills may even go beyond what is scientifically possible.
We've all seen those old cowboy films. The bad guy shows up in town, picks a fight with the good guy. Well, you wouldn't want to pick a gunfight with the man I'm hoping to meet. That's because Bob Munden's rumored to be the world's fastest gunslinger.
I'm known as the fastest man with a gun who ever lived. And they might very well be right. I have no explanation for it.
Bob can draw his gun and fire faster than anyone else alive. But what makes him superhuman is his incredible accuracy at these phenomenal speeds. His ability can only truly be appreciated using the fastest camera technology in the world. I want to test Bob's speed to find out how far he can push this incredible superpower. I'm meeting Bob Munden at a firing range where he practices his sport known as fast draw.
So you must be Bob Munden.
In the Old West, being a split second quicker on the draw was the difference between life and death. Today it still comes down to lightning speed and deadly accuracy. Bob explains just how difficult it is.
Yeah, and to consider this gun has to be cocked. It can't be fired by simply pulling the trigger. It must be cocked first and then pull the trigger.
So within a split second, you have to remove it from your holster, cock it, point, and shoot.
Yeah.
Bob tells me not to blink, or I'll miss his fast draw. It takes the average human just 3/10 of a second to blink. Is he really that fast?
Whoa! That's absolutely amazing. When I saw you do it, I just see a flash, and then it's over.
Oh yeah, but that's the idea.
Bob just drew, cocked, and fired his gun faster than I could see it.
I first realized I had this ability when I first started shooting competition on electronic timers. The speed of my draw, the mechanics of drawing and firing the gun, is a 1 3/4 1/100th of 1 second, or less than 1/2 of 1/2 of 1/10 of 1 second, or just fast, whatever's easy for you to say.
Another ability that separates Bob from any normal person is the way he's able to aim from the hip at these incredible speeds.
And you're pointing at cans like this. Well, that's called point shooting or instinctive shooting.
Okay.
I'm drawing the gun, shooting, and I'm shooting at different cans, different heights, different angles, different levels.
Yeah, and you're not aiming. You're just shooting from here.
Right. I am aiming. I'm aiming up here. I'm calculating the point of the gun level up and down versus right and left.
Wow,
and
that's
you're doing it all
amazing.
right from here, and the hands coordinating along with what you see.
Slowed down by over 40 times, you can see Bob's accuracy close up. Being just a fraction of a degree off would mean missing the target, but Bob gets it dead on in a split second.
All right.
He lets me try, but even looking straight down the barrel, I'm way off. Bob's speed and accuracy has impressed me, but what do the experts think? Next, I'm taking Bob to the Las Vegas Police Department's firing range to meet Sergeant Petco. I really want Sergeant Petco to see Bob's amazing skill, because he trains the best of the best. He teaches police officers how to use firearms. He'll know if Bob is superhuman or not. Bob lines up 10 feet from the target. Most shootings involving police officers occur at this distance or less.
Very impressive. Bob's obviously got some extraordinary capabilities. That is really a very desired pattern to have.
So is Bob's skill something anyone could learn with hours and hours of practice, or is he just born different?
As far as the speed with which Bob is able to accomplish it and his degree of accuracy, that's something that I think he shares with very few other people here on the face of the planet.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Not that fast. No, I have not. I'd say Bob has a superhuman ability.
Bob's blown away the experts. Now I'm taking him to a scientist to find out if his speed and accuracy have gone beyond normal human capability. We're here to meet sports physiologist David Sandler. He's an expert in extreme human movement and has studied the world's fastest people. How will Bob compare?
How you doing? Very nice to meet you.
I heard about all your
To find out if Bob's superhuman, David will use accelerometers.
Yeah, basically we have a couple different kinds of accelerometers that we're going to place on Bob's hand. And so as Bob goes through the range of motion, we're going to pick up the actual acceleration of his hand and be able to determine velocity from that. We have the ability to measure in thousandths of a second, so hopefully we can catch what's happening. You know, the human eye can't keep up with anything like that. No way.
The data from the sensors will plot a graph based on the movement in Bob's muscles.
I'm picking up a reading now. So.
David will be able to measure exactly how long the entire motion of drawing and firing actually takes. All down to a thousandth of a second.
Ready? And 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Wow. That was incredible. So what's happening is your hand, when you do that pop, the max acceleration peak registers up here. And you reach nearly 10 G of acceleration with your hand. Okay, what that means in normal language is it's incredibly fast.
G stands for the force of gravity on Earth. Fighter pilots are tested to withstand a maximum of 9 Gs, but Bob's muscles, for a fraction of a second, are generating 10 Gs of force. But more incredibly, the results show that Bob can draw, cock, and fire his gun faster than the reaction time in the average human brain.
Human reaction is around 0.2 of a second. The actual action lasted less than 1/10 of a second.
No way. What's that comparable to?
Well, I've actually measured rattlesnakes before, and he is faster than a rattlesnake. Looks like around 0.06 of a second to make the actual movement itself, which is remarkable. I mean, unbelievable speed.
The speed of his movement has amazed the scientists, but now he's about to attempt the impossible.
I'm going to bring the gun up, fire 2 shots, 1 for each target as fast as I can.
Bob wants to prove he has superhuman accuracy by hitting 2 targets faster than the blink of an eye. My name is Daniel Browning Smith, and I am the most flexible man on the planet. Comic book legend Stan Lee has sent me on a mission to discover other superhumans. I've just witnessed a man with the fastest shot in the world.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Not that fast. No, I have not.
Scientist David Sandler measured the speed of Bob's draw.
The actual action lasted less than 1/10 of a second.
No way.
But to prove he's superhuman, Bob will now attempt to hit 2 targets 6 feet apart, faster than the blink of an eye.
So you're going to shoot both of these targets in one movement?
Yeah, I'm going to bring the gun up, fire 2 shots, 1 for each target as fast as I can.
Wow.
And the gun must be cocked and fired for each shot.
Yeah, so you got to cock it, bang,
Cock it.
aim again,
right.
cock it, and bang.
Yep.
Firing the gun once required incredible dexterity. To hit both of these targets at speed, while aiming from the hip, is a different ballgame.
That was absolutely incredible.
That was amazing.
He just shot
incredible.
2 bullets, and I heard 1 shot, and that was it. And look at the space in between each movement. It's barely even there.
If you don't believe he fired 2 shots, take a look at the raw footage, frame by frame. There's one shot, then the other.
That was phenomenal. 2 shots. I only heard 1. Did you hear another one?
I only heard 1 shot. That is amazing. That is unbelievable.
And even on this graph, the shots even look kind of like 1.
I've never seen anything like this. 2 shots in under 1/10 of a second. A remarkable feat of dexterity and hand-eye control. Just incredible. He is superhuman. I mean, bottom line is he exceeds what every other human on this planet can do. So, you know, by definition, that would make him superhuman.
Wow. Bob Munden's lightning-fast trigger fingers.